Right, we're going to move down to part 3 of this question. Find the angle GAC. So let's look at our SketchUp diagram once again. And we can see we've got the triangle we were looking at in the last part of the question. Now, one thing we do, if we're looking at the angle GAC, if we look at this from here, the angle looks really quite big. And if we were to rotate and look from up here, the angle looks very small. In actual fact, the angle we really want to see is the one when we've got the triangle perfectly side on. So again, we've got what we call a projection of the image. Okay, so you're looking at the triangle from exactly side on. Imagine your viewpoint coming out from this point as being the center, and you're looking at the triangle side on. That is the angle that you're going to be looking at. So you need these lines drawn to see what angle it is you're going to find out. So let's use this triangle to do that. And here we go, with the values we've already worked out previously. And we've got this side 1.5 from A to C, C to G, and we've got from A to C square root of 20. So we need to label the angle that we're looking for. It's that one, GAC. And therefore this side is adjacent to the angle, and this side is opposite to the angle, and this is our hypotenuse. So which formula connects the angle, the adjacent, and the opposite? So we're looking for O and A, and we can see quite clearly the O and A in the tan version of the formula. It's quite useful to remember these triangles because it makes doing the algebra much easier. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Because traditionally what we do is we teach SOHCAHTOA and you teach the formula. So we're told that tan of the angle equals the opposite over the adjacent, so that's 1.5 over the square root of 20. Tan of the angle equals the opposite over the adjacent, 1.5 over square root of 20. So we take our calculator and we work that out and we get 0.335 and so on. And to find theta we do inverse tan of that, or arc tan in old language. If you've got an old calculator you might see the words ARC tan, arc tan, and you press that to get the answer, and that will come out as 18.5 degrees. So therefore GAC is equal to 18.5 degrees to 3SF. Now what I said about how this can be useful to find things means that you use less algebra. So we want to find the opposite. You know the tan of the angle and the value. Then the opposite is just equal to tan times the angle, times the adjacent. So opposite would equal the adjacent times the tan. So you can just use the formula that way. Or the adjacent will equal the opposite divided by the tan. So you don't need to be able to do the algebra if you can remember these triangles. So it's up to you. If your algebra is not very strong, maybe you just want to learn these triangles off by heart to help you get the algebra right.